How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're pulling the H22 out of Frankenstein, so let's roll that intro and get into it.
So Matt, it's finally time to get the turbo motor in here.
Not in, but we're gonna get the non-turbo motor out.
Right, so we're making moves on that.
So last time you guys would have saw, we got the catch can mocked up. That was actually earlier today, and now the plan is to rip this thing out of here. So what we've done is we've kind of gone over all the holes that are unused. We started with that because I will be shaving the bay, so I want to get rid of all the unused holes. And the best time to do that is when the engine is in the bay, so that we know for a fact that they're not being used. Once the engine is out, all of a sudden you're guessing and not knowing for sure which ones are being used. So that's what we started with. That's all done. Yeah, next I think we just got to move this car back so that we get some room. We're pretty tight up here right now. We got a lot of room in the back, so we're going to push the whole car back. Probably get it off these rollers, because jack stands on rollers is a little unsafe. And then we're just gonna start pulling this thing. We have to take all the turbo stuff off for starters, and then everything else will just unbolt and come out. So let's just get into it.
Yeah, this doesn't take us very long typically, so the sooner we get started, the sooner we're done. Oh, hi.
That's probably good.
Axle's out, Matt.
All right, guys, update time. I think we got just about everything off the car that needs to come off, and just about everything disconnected. We're working on motor mounts now, and we're just about ready to hook up the hoist. So we're getting this done in record time. I think our record engine pull is like 3 hours.
I think it was 2.5 on the EP3.
2.5 with the K series.
Yeah.
Right now we're at about an hour and
10 minutes.
10 minutes. No, hour and 15.
Okay, fine. We'll call it hour 15. So we got 45 minutes to hit my goal. 2
Yeah.
hours.
All right, we got this.
Yeah, we can take this out.
So we're gonna hook up the hoist to it now, and we're gonna start cranking, get these engine mounts loosened, and it's gonna be out of here in no time. All right, guys, hoist is hooked up, and we are about ready to put some tension on here and start getting these motor mounts loose. So I believe we already got the back one out.
Back one's out.
And
these two are loose. We just got to pull the bolts. And then the, actually, that one, I just remembered, I think we have to take the entire mount off the frame of the car, because otherwise the transmission will hit.
Yeah, if we start to lift on it, this is gonna get in the way.
I think we're minutes away from having this thing on the ground and not in the car.
Heck yeah.
I think it needs to go up a little bit. I can probably do it by hand.
Heck yeah.
That's gonna be good.
Hope your fingers look right. Well, guys, we got the H22 pulled out of the Civic, and Tim ended up having to take off for the day, but I actually just got a call from him. He's got some car trouble and he's stranded on the side of the road right now. So I'm heading out. I'm gonna go pick him up and see what's going on. All right, guys. Well, picked up Tim, gave him a ride back to my place, and he's got a ride back home now. Still got to figure out how we're gonna get his car back to his place. It's still on the side of the road. Looks like the lower ball joint broke and ended up ripping the axle out of the transmission, and it kind of flopped around in there, possibly broke something on the engine because we saw quite a bit of oil under there. So we won't really know the extent of the damage until he gets it back to his place, and we'll have a good look at it. Kind of sucks that it happened so far away from home, because he lives about an hour away from me and he's probably only about 10 minutes from my place. So he's got a ways to go to bring it home. So hopefully we can get all that figured out pretty soon. I'm back out in the garage now. I want to get a bit more work done on the Civic. So here's where we're at right now. So like you guys saw, the H22 is out, and we got a bay that we get to work on now. So I think a few things I want to do is kind of get all the fuel line stuff out of the way. I'm going to be getting a brake tuck kit, so all these hard lines get to go, the prop valve gets to go. So I'm just going to get to work kind of pulling some of that stuff out. Same with the clutch line. I think that's all going to go away with the clutch tuck kit. So I'm going to get to work on that. All right, guys, well, this is a few days later, and the weather actually decided to turn around again, basically to the point where we were going through an extreme blizzard, and yeah, we got snow again. So we were basically to the point where the backyard was completely melted, and as you can see, over the course of 2 days, we ended up with a lot of snow. Now, it definitely wasn't as bad as they were predicting, but we did get a lot of snow. And because they were predicting it to be so bad, they ended up shutting everything down for 2 days. So we were stuck at home, and I actually got a lot of work done on Frankenstein. So here's a quick shot of where I'm at in the engine bay now. So basically everything on the firewall I've removed, except for this side here. I haven't gotten that far yet. I've kind of just been sorting out everything over here. So everything that's not going to be needed has been removed. I will still be using heater core, so I will be putting lines back on here, and I still have a couple hard lines for the brakes that run under the car that I'm going to have to disconnect yet. But basically all the brake lines that I won't be using are gone, because the brake tuck kit that I'm using uses all brand new braided lines, so I don't need those. Same with the fuel system tuck, I won't be needing the hard lines that ran up here. So basically the whole firewall is going to be cleared off. The fuse block is now gone. I've relocated it inside the car. So if we look underneath my airbag delete tray, this is where I have the fuse block now, so it's still accessible if I need to get to it. And so I basically had to remove all of the blower fan assembly and everything to get to it, which I will be reinstalling because I do want to keep the heater. But this hole here is where the fuse block wires would have come through, so that's all going to get blocked off. And then it just runs up here to the fuse block. So blower fan and everything is going to go back into place, and I'm going to mount the ECU here as well. So everything's going to be covered by the glove box. And now with the blower fan assembly out of the way, I actually have access to the firewall from this side, so I will be able to stick a stud through, which will allow me to come to this side and finish mounting the catch can. So I still have my one stud here, and then I'm just going to be able to put another stud through the firewall, weld that from the inside. I think is going to be the best way to do it, and then we'll have a secure mounting point for the catch can. So yeah, I've made a lot of progress in the past couple days. I didn't record much of it because it was basically just removing stuff. It was kind of boring, but that's to the point where I'm at now. I got another full day today that I can work on it, so let's get to it. Okay, so catch can is mounted exactly where we had it last time, and now I'm going to make the stud on this side. So I've got it pretty straight up and down, I think. So I marked where the hole is with a Sharpie. So now I'm going to take this off, basically drill a hole, and stick a bolt through from the inside, and that'll act as the stud. So I should have pretty nice access from this grommet hole here, where I can just hold the bolt while I tighten the nut on it, and then that should give proper position for it. And once it's tight, then I can tack it from the inside, and then we'll be in position. I don't know if I'll be able to weld today because I got to do that with the door open and it's cold out, but at least we'll get the hole drilled and then get the catch can in place. Okay, so the catch can is now in place. I ran a bolt from the inside, put a nut on it. I also have my spacer on the back, same as I do on this side. So this is basically where the catch can is going to be. If you look from the back side here, you can see we still have clearance in between the firewall and the breather. So clearance won't be a problem there. There won't be any rubbing or contact, so I'm pretty happy with that. And something I also noticed while I was working under the dash, so there has always been a problem in this car with water coming in, and I could never find out where. But now that I have everything ripped apart, I can see up here, we got a bit of a rust problem. So that'll be where the water is coming through. Also under the cowl, you can't really see it on here, but the seal up top there isn't very good. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. And then hopefully we can get our leaking problem fixed. That's the main reason I ripped carpet out of this car in the first place, was because it kept leaking water and I didn't know where it was coming from. So I just decided to rip the carpet out altogether because I didn't want it to make rust problems on the floor. And if you guys remember way back when I first got the car, there was actually a rust hole on the driver's side for the same problem. So I'm guessing there's a similar rust hole on the driver's side causing water to come in there as well. So that's something I'm gonna have to dig into. But that's probably gonna wrap up this video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of progress was made in this one, and I'm just stoked to be working out here again. So hopefully we get a warmer day coming soon, because I really want to get welding, get a lot of the holes and stuff taken care of in the engine bay, and then we can actually get into the fun part of getting everything shaved and getting it looking really nice. So I'm looking forward to it, guys. I hope you are too. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.